Contrary to the rumors that you've heard, I was not born in a manger. I was actually born on Krypton and sent here to save the planet Earth. We cannot continue to rely only on our military in order to achieve the national security objectives that we've set.
Everybody somewhere between the ages of 18 and 25 will serve 3 months of basic training.
We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong. Yes, we can.
Obama's healthcare plan will include coverage of all essential medical services. Yes, we can.
Obama is a cruel hoax. He works for Wall Street. He's an agent of finance capital.
Where did you come up with the number $700 billion? Here's the Treasury spokeswoman's quote. It's not based on any particular data point. We just really wanted to come up with a really big number.
To Democrats and Republicans who've opposed this plan, I say, step up to the plate.
A few members were even told that there would be martial law in America if we voted no.
Secretary Henry Paulson is no George Washington.
I don't think anyone questions, Mr. Kashkari, that you're working hard. Our question is who you're working for.
Obama pledged that he would resume the Security and Prosperity Partnership talks between Mexico and Canada that President Bush initiated.
The old boss is starting to look a lot like the new boss.
Robert Gates is going to remain on the job as defense secretary for at least a year.
Plenty of sources knew about this meeting, told us and others that it was at Hillary Clinton's house, but clearly it wasn't.
We've got to give them a stake in creating the kind of world order that I think all of us would like to see.
We see you causing a depression so you can blow out the economy and consolidate it and bankrupt it. We know that you are enemies of free humanity, and we are here standing against your tyranny.
The Obama deception. The truth strikes back.
Barack is like the manager of Burger King. All presidents are, including Bush. It's like this. When your fries are cold, if your burger is not done right, you go back to Burger King, America, or your government, and you say, my burger's cold. I want new fries. First, you go to the cashier. That's the courts. You argue to the courts. The courts, if you can't get no justice with the cashier, you say, let me see the manager. I want to go to the Supreme Court. I want to see the president. The manager comes out. Hi, what can I do for you? Now the manager can override the decisions of the cashier, but you never get to see the franchise owner of Burger King. If you really have a problem with your burger, you need to go see the franchise owner. We need to go to the top or to the bottom. We need to go to where the real architecture of government is. And it's not in a president. It's in a global scheme.
Politics in America today is identical to pro wrestling. And what I mean by that is, in front of the cameras and the public, we all hate each other. I'm going to kick my opponent's butt. I'm going to whale him from here to high water and beat the crap out of him. Yet behind the scenes, we all are friends going out to dinner.
Went to dinner together.
And it's all a work.
All intermarried. Show business.
It's showbiz. And that's what you have today in politics. The Democrats and Republicans aren't really opposed to each other.
Left and right mean nothing. The only thing that counts is, are you working for Wall Street or you're trying to defend the people against the financiers?
It's pretty obvious that there's some gigantic financial institutions that have been pulling the strings of politicians in this country for a long time. And just the fact that we have it set up where they can donate millions of dollars to these guys' funds, these guys' campaigns. I mean, how do we not expect it all to go bad?
America in 2009 was desperate for change. The past 8 years had been a disaster.
Those weapons of mass destruction got to be somewhere. Maybe under here.
George W. Bush, who had claimed to be a conservative, had tripled the size of the federal government, shredded the Constitution, and destroyed the image of the United States worldwide.
Nope, no weapons over there.
Endless wars, over 1 million dead Iraqis, and more than 5,000 dead U.S. troops. The Patriot Act, warrantless domestic wiretapping and spying.
Good evening from New York. During his run for the presidency, Barack Obama, who taught constitutional law at the University of Chicago, argued strongly against the Bush administration use of executive authority, including its self-justification, its rationalization of the warrantless wiretapping of American citizens. Our fifth story in the countdown, that was then, this is now. President Obama's Justice Department now not just defending Bush officials from lawsuits surrounding National Security Agency domestic spying, but seeking to expand the government's authority by making it immune from any legal challenge regarding wiretapping, ever. Welcome to change you cannot believe in or sue over. The case, Jewel versus NSA. 5 plaintiffs who contend that AT&T illegally transmitted information about their phone habits to the NSA. Attorney General Holder's Justice Department arguing a lot of things, including something called the state's secrets privilege, the executive branch's standard go-to move to protect classified information. But the real doozy, the Obama administration seeking to expand its authority, arguing that under something else called sovereign immunity, the government can only be sued if the wiretaps involve willful disclosure. Page 5. A willful violation in Section 223C1 refers to the willful disclosure of intelligence information by government agents. And such disclosures by the government are the only actions that create liability against the United States. In other words, unless the government publicly releases any information about you that it has gathered by spying on you, you cannot sue it. It gets better, and by better I mean worse. The Obama administration wants you to believe that it does not matter if the program is no longer operative, arguing that the same standard should apply for the first Bush terrorist surveillance program, the TSP. Page 15. Attempting to demonstrate that the TSP was not the content dragnet plaintiffs allege, or that the NSA has not otherwise engaged in alleged content dragnet, would require the disclosure of highly classified NSA intelligence sources and methods about the TSP and other NSA activities, even confirming or denying already publicly confirmed facts, like the compliance of AT&T and other telecom giants, right down to the numbers of some of the rooms in which the information mining machinery was contained. That is apparently out of bounds. Page 16, the DNI again has demonstrated the disclosure of whether the NSA has an intelligence relationship with a private or particular private company would also cause exceptional harm to national security. The Obama administration. Time now to call in our own Howard Fineman, senior Washington correspondent for Newsweek magazine. Howard, good evening.
Good evening, Keith.
What is the political calculation here, and who made it?
Well, as to the first question, the Obama administration is balancing two things. One is the public politics and the risk of really antagonizing the first base that gathered beneath and behind and pushed the Obama candidacy. The one that was concerned about the war in Iraq, the one that was concerned about overreaching by military, the one that was concerned about overreaching by the then President of the United States. Those people are concerned and they're upset and they're disappointed. But there's an internal politics too, and it's the politics of the intelligence community. It's the politics of the CIA. And Barack Obama is an outsider there, and he picked as his CIA director another outsider, Leon Panetta. And in talking to Democrats on the Hill and talking to experts such as Jane Mayer, the author of the terrific book about the dark side of the Bush administration in terms of torture and surveillance, this is what's going on here. Obama and his people in the White House do not want to antagonize the intelligence community because they need them to support them in the war on terror and to get the president's job done around the world right now.